Hey everybody, Bart from Bicycle Rider YouTube, and I have a very highly anticipated bike in my hands. This is an SE Bikes Monster Quad 29 Plus and the Arctic White. We've all been teased with SE and what they've done on social media, showing little pictures of this bike, really getting the anticipation up for something great. And absolutely, when I've got this thing in my hand, it is something great. This bike in the Arctic White color, accented with a purple, is an awesome platform to work with. I mean, this bike is stunning as is, but you know, SE Bikes Life, we all put our little special touches on our bikes, and this bike really does lend its hand for a lot of special touches you can put on. It comes really cool. So of course the Arctic White and the purple, you know, when you look at the stem on this bike, the way it's been etched with 45 years in SE on the side, top cap 1977 and 2022, 45 years of radness. The quad angle has a lot of history to it. I'm going to go into the quad angle history in a different video, but just for now, look what this version looks like. I mean, we are in October of 2022, and this is a brand new release. The quad angle aluminum 6061 frame is absolutely gorgeous, and it's, you know, the welds are nice on it. The paint job is flawless. Of course, it's got the classic loop tail. I love the loop tail and the dropouts. And even on the dropouts, they put the SE branded chain tensioner on here. So it's not an aftermarket, you know, part you have to buy. As we're moving to the back of the bike, no, it is on a 142 rear spacing. That's a good thing, because that just lets its hands to a lot of upgrades. Of course, you know, the 36 spoke wheels that they put on it in a 29-inch diameter with a, you know, this is a 29 2.8. So 2.8, it's a very wide, it's almost like a fat tire. It's a plus tire. That's why they call it 29 plus. That fat tire gives you a lot of traction. It gives you a lot of stability. It gives you, you know, a lot of footprint on the ground. You know, we're on Biloxi Beach. You know, Biloxi Bicycle Works is my little bike shop. We're proud to be an SE bike dealer, and we're a block off the beach. We do a lot of ride outs from here. We do a lot of urban, but it's cool taking these things down our beach sidewalk because it's scenic down there. It's beautiful, but we do get some sand on there. You know, these big tires just float over the top of the sand. It's really nice when you have a big tire. I also like, as I'm learning wheelies, I'm not the smoothest yet, so sometimes, you know, I slam down really hard. I'm 53 years old. I've been a professional mountain bike racer for a long time, so I should say Cat 1 Pro. Anyway, enough about that. I've had a lot of years of experience on a bike, but I'm still learning these wheelies, and I'm slamming down super hard. So as I slam down, it's nice to have a big tire with low, you know, not so much pressure in it. And as I'm, you know, as I'm maybe slamming down 5-10 times in a ride, you know, that puts a lot of jarring on my shoulders and my neck being an older guy. As I have a big tire like this, I can land on that front end several times, and it mitigates all those vibrations going through my body. So do these grips. So this is a special ODI mushroom grip for this bike. It's purple, and it adds a lot of cushioning to my hands as well. So between the tire, the grips, and the landing gear chromoly fork, this bike is subtle to ride. It's not a harsh ride. And it does really perform well when you get this front wheel in the air. There's some inertia that happens with a big wheel, and it seems like you can just keep that balance up. For swerving, I've got one of my customers, shout out to Drew. Drew's probably the best wheelie guy on the coast here. He got right on this bike, rode it down the steps of my shop, and had it the front wheel in the air in the first few pedal strokes. And he said he feels great on this bike, just having that bigger tire. It really does help his swerving, his stability, his traction. I haven't tried it yet because these bikes are so hot, and I only had a handful of them. So the handful I had went to friends of the shop, went to people that are already into SE bike life, and I wanted them to have the first few pedal strokes on these bikes. Of course, when we do assemble them here in Biloxi Bicycle Works, we take them out of the box. Thank you, SE, for packing these things so well. Our shipment of bikes was packed very well, so we didn't see damage to the paint. We didn't see damage to wheels. It was a very good paint job, and they protected that paint job with a lot of packing material. So, the Arctic White is absolutely gorgeous, but, when you get a brand new bike and it hasn't been packed right and you get scratches on it, that's disappointing. We have not been disappointed with this at all. These have been unpacked good. Of course, here we also do put every wheel, every brake rotor, on the truing stand, make sure everything's nice and straight and tensioned right. On some bikes, we've got to go through and make some tweaks. These bikes have come out of the box really well. We haven't had to, do much to get these bikes right. Of course, we use a torque wrench. We make sure, all the nuts and bolts are torqued to spec. And that's one of the reasons you buy from a local bike shop. Buy where you ride. That if you've got a local SE dealer, please support them. The local shops are the ones that do a lot in the background to help riding. I met with the city council this morning and we talked about BMX, how we can have a BMX night in Biloxi and do a big ride out. That's nice when you get the communities involved in it, because as we know, these bikes bring people together. We ride as one, and on BMX, you get all sizes of people. You get all cultures of people. You get all economic backgrounds. You get all ages, and it's nice when that all comes together with the cooperation of a city like Biloxi. We're going to have some awesome ride-outs here. And hopefully we'll see the Monster Quad represented in some of those, because this is an absolute showstopper. People love this bike. As we've had this bike in our bike shop, we've had a lot of customers that come in and they don't know anything about big wheel BMX, but this bike, people stop. They look at it. I've had guys walk out and walk back in just to say, what the heck is it? That is beautiful. People love the stem and the side and this bike. It's just, it really is with the purple accents. This bike is really a great looking bike, but it's also very functional. They put some hydraulic disc brakes, some Tektro hydraulic disc brakes on this bike, front and rear. You've got a 180 front rotor and a 160 back rotor. So you have a lot of stopping power. You've got a lot of modulation. And with a sealed system, you don't have a cable that can get gritty, that can get dirty, that needs maintenance. This is sealed up, so if you get caught in the rain, if you get caught on the beach, if you get caught in the dirt, you don't have to worry about contaminants getting into a cable. I really like a sealed system. And for wheelies, you get a lot of modulation, you get a lot of power. For endos, there's no problem. Grab a handful of this front brake and lean into it, and this bike will endo on you. And just riding in the city environment, sometimes you've got to stop quick because of traffic. It's nice when you've got front and rear brakes and this much traction on a tire. It makes for a very good urban assault weapon, that's for sure, and adds a bit of safety to it. So, two-piece SE cranks, 39-tooth front chain ring, 20-tooth rear gear, and it is on a 142 spacing, like I said, so it does lend its hand. You're going to see all kind of trick builds go with a 142 spacing. You'll probably see this with some gears. You'll see this with different hubs. It's nice that they use the 142, because as a bike shop, as someone that wants to do some upgrades for people, that's nice. 110 in the front, so standard spacing in the front too. So they haven't done anything wanky. Speaking of wanky, it's a 27.2 diameter seat post. This is a great looking seat post, but it does lend its hands. If you ended up wanting a dropper post, if you wanted a suspension seat post, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with a 27.2. Once again, very standard. Really, they put a lot of detail into this frame. Of course, the quad angle is gorgeous and strong. They've used the loop tail rear end, and there's a lot of beautiful machining right here under the bottom bracket. Of course, it's an English bottom bracket, so you've got a good bottom bracket to work with. And on the rear dropouts, it's standard too. So, you know, this bike has a lot of really cool features. It does lend its hands to a lot of modifications, and that's what we like to do in bike life. But this bike doesn't have to be modified. You can ride this bike as is, have a gorgeous bike, very functional bike. It does come with this big honking chromoly bar. So I believe it's a 29-inch width bar with about a 7-degree rise on it. That's a little bit wide for me, but I'm an extremely small guy. I'm 5'9", 150 pounds, 53 years old. So really this bar, I could ride this bike, but it does make it harder for me to wheelie. But once again, I'm probably smaller than a lot of guys. We did put an SE Power Wings bar on one of these today for my buddy Nathan. Shout out Nathan from the Bad Boy BMX Club. It's great to see you on one of these. Now Nathan's a big guy. We put that Power Wings, what is it, 9-inch bar on it. The black bar looked awesome with the black accents, and it did put him up at a little bit higher position. So he really liked that modification we did for him. And as a bigger rider, you know, this frame can handle it. It's a big, heavy-duty frame that doesn't weigh, I mean, the whole bike's like 34 pounds. So I have beach cruisers that weigh more than this and aren't half as sturdy. So, you know, a lot of quality components went into this. And this bike can fit, you know, a bigger guy. I like the seat on it. And, of course, you know, they've got little touches like the chrome monster on the back of that, and it actually has a bottle opener. So if you're thirsty and you need to open up a beverage, you've got a bottle opener right under the seat. Just a lot of little cool touches. It's got some nice padding, and it is grippy too. So all in all, you know, just a really stunning bike. I am so proud to be an SE Bikes dealer. We do a lot of things out of this bicycle shop. You know, we ride and race road bikes and mountain bikes and gravel bikes and you name it. I'm the owner and I love bikes, so we do it all. But we do a lot of fun community rides too. And that's part about buying from a local bicycle shop. You know, we sponsor that kind of stuff. We do that kind of stuff to get people involved. You know, if you're trying to get your kids involved and you're a bicycle racer and they always see you in spandex and a pointy helmet, I do that. Sometimes kids aren't into that. You know, get one of these. Get one for you. Get one for your kids. Get them on something fun. Get them on something rad. Get them pedaling. Get them outside. Get them the love of cycling. Get them something cool they can modify. And on their own, they might want to start racing bikes. And if they don't, at least they've got that love for bikes in their heart. SE Bikes, big wheel BMX bikes, Bikes Life, it all goes together. We ride as one. It's been a long couple days in the bike shop for me. It's way past time I should get out of here, but I just had to build one more bike for a customer. I'm hungry, I'm tired, but I'm super excited about this bike. If you do like what we do on the Bicycle Rider YouTube, please hit like and subscribe. It just lets YouTube know you guys are watching us. And I want to do a whole lot more on this bike, especially when we get out there riding it. We've got a couple videos off my cell phone of guys getting these in their hands and going up and down the road on them. You know, lickety split. So we got one guy, Josh, that came over from New Orleans. He rides with that One Up crew in New Orleans. Thank you for the support, New Orleans. We want to be your big wheel BMX bike shop. Come over here and ride with us. We love this stuff. You know, it's nice for me as a bicycle racer that has to train all the time to have a couple nights a week just to ride for fun. And SE Bikes Life does that. This is a great bike, a new offering from SE, and it's absolutely stunning. They've knocked it out of the park with this bike. So any questions? You know, we've got this bike in Biloxi Bicycle Works. So if you have any questions, if you haven't had a chance to touch it, if you don't have an SE Bikes dealer, you know, give me a call. My name is Bart Luther. I'm in the bike shop Tuesday through Saturday, and even when I'm not in here working, we open the doors to our customers, and we have a blast out of this place, riding bikes together and having fun. So I'm a pretty easy guy to talk to. I'll be glad to answer any questions, or hit me up on the YouTube channel. It's probably the easiest way. If I see a question come through, I do my best at trying to answer them. This was just a quick impromptu video before I go home for dinner, and I'm already late for dinner actually. But this bike justified me taking a couple minutes and showing a little video of it. It's absolutely awesome. So anyway, more on the Monster Quad to come. And let's enjoy this SE bike life together. And you know, even if you're not an SE bike life guy, if you want to see a hot looking bike, just stop by the shop and look. Just look at it. You know, you don't have to buy it. Just look at it. It's a super cool bike. All right, Bart from Bicycle Rider YouTube. Thank you all.